Hey everybody, it's Barbara, and it's Thanksgiving weekend, so I thought this was a very good time for me to film a video that I've been meaning to do for a very long time, and that is to express my gratitude for the doll collecting magazines. Any collector's magazine is going to be a niche market, and they are going to be fighting for advertising dollars to be able to put out their print editions. And like all the magazines, they're having a harder and harder time doing that since the digital versions are taking over. The ability to read your periodicals, your magazines, your newspapers, your journals on iPads, on tablets, on your phones. And that really nice habit of being able to go to a bookstore like Barnes and Noble or Borders and sit down and flip through the pages, that's quickly becoming a thing of the past, not only because in many places there isn't a Borders anymore, there isn't a Barnes and Noble anymore. The independent bookstores don't exist very much anymore, but also because the doll collecting magazines are slowly disappearing. Unfortunately, the latest casualty is Haute Doll. They are no longer publishing as of December 2016. There may be a digital edition, but I'm not entirely sure there will be. Um, and that really is a shame because one of the great joys as a collector is to be able to see your fellow collectors writing and photographing and talking about their collections, not just on the 20,000 websites that are out there, the Facebook groups, the doll boards, the company sponsored forums at Barbie Collector or the W Club for Integrity Toys, but just to be able to look at a magazine, look through the articles, look at the advertisements, and dream. And usually, the doll magazines were able to introduce us to or to remind us of certain parts of our collecting world that are important. Holt Doll went out talking about African American black dolls. And if I'm just going to very quickly open up directly to it, it was a chance to practice being a fashion photographer in a way that you might not have previously been able to do with real people. It was a chance for you to dress up your dolls in their finest or to get ideas about how to dress and pose your dolls in various backgrounds. It was a chance to see what other people were into, what new lines are coming. And again, it was also a chance to find out what was out there in terms of deals and dealers. I'm just taking a moment with Haute Doll because, as I said, this is going to be the last issue in paper for them. That was because of what you see here, the tablet. Luckily, one of the other great standbys is still around, and that's Fashion Doll Quarterly. Full disclosure, everybody, when Fashion Doll Quarterly was first out as a magazine, I worked for it briefly. That's not why I'm doing this review. I'm doing it because I want to take the time to show everybody why it's worth your money to commit to a subscription in paper form. Because, yeah, okay, the tablets are fun, yeah. You can expand and enlarge things if you want to go in for close-ups, like say if you wanted to go in a close-up on the detailing here or the beading on this dress. But really, whatever happened to just being able to flip through something? And again, take a look at the advertisers. Actually, and for example, if you look right here, men's point of view, it says that up here. The POV is kind of lost in the light, I'm sorry. But it says, for example, down here with the Lamely doll, which is in its male form, very new to the doll collecting world. Lamely being pretty new in general to the doll collecting world and a very important part of it since they're going for realistic proportions. And this looks like he's going to be a fun guy to take out on a date. It's a chance to catch up on conventions. Sorry, guys, it's the continuing battle of Barbara versus the light. All contributions to teaching me how to use light will be greatly appreciated. All joking aside, it's a chance to look at the works of other people, like Noel Cruz, who's a one-of-a-kind artist, and he gives a brief interview. The person doing it is as much a collector as Noel is as much of a fan of dolls as he is. It's by collectors, for collectors. It's put together really well. By someone, by the way, with a long, long history in publishing and doll collecting, and that's Pat Henry, who is one of the megastars of our collecting world. And of course, there's also Dolls Magazine. Dolls Magazine briefly bought Haute Doll, and they've been trying to balance their niche market, which were much more of the artisan dolls, the dolls that go different heights, different weights. These were, the newborn dolls, the artisan dolls, the truly one-of-a-kind dolls, the collectible dolls from Franklin Mint, with the collector dolls from Barbie, from Tonner. And I think they finally decided they were going to try to put it in one magazine, which is going to be Dolls. And in this case, sure enough, we have the Ho 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 holiday guide. More shopping. So if I can, I'm just going to show you this too. You see what I'm saying about they have a much broader reach, which is both good and bad, because on the one hand, there's something for everybody. On the other hand, your something can last a couple of pages, and then you're like, well, is it really worth my $1 if it's only a couple of pages? Yeah, it still is. Because, hey, at least they're publishing. And that's really groovy. And if I may, just to conclude this, I'd like to talk about one dealer in particular. And again, I want to make this clear. This is not an endorsement. This is not... I'm not in cahoots with them. They don't pay me to do this. I don't get anything free from them. I'm doing this because I really like what they do. This is the catalog, ladies and gentlemen. Catalog. Let me say that again. Catalog from Cotswold Collectibles, and they are 1/6 scale dealers. They don't sell Barbie. They don't sell Tonner. They don't sell Integrity. They sell 1/6 scale 12-inch action figures, which, by the way, are really great dates and friends for Barbie and Ken, for Veronique and Pierre, for Tonner, etc. The reason that I'm talking about them is, A, they're excellent people. They're really good dealers. If you collect action figures and you don't know about them, definitely worth checking out their website, which I will put in the description box below. They are very decent folk. But the reason that I wanted to talk about them is they put out a wish book. Remember those? Remember Sears? Remember L.L. Bean? Remember Vermont Country Store and the wish books? Well, this is their version of a wish book. It is. They do put out a catalog every month, but this is their special Christmas wish book with some great art and nice varied pages where you'd have a splash page with just a couple of figures, and then a fuller page with smaller pictures. All of their information. You can see just very quickly what I'm talking about. Pages that are really for sales, and then, pages where they can show you bigger details. It's a place to dream. It's a place to wish. And it gives you an idea, even if you don't want to buy from them, which you would have to get this catalog. But it gives you an idea of what's out there, so you can go to eBay or go to a brick and mortar store. P.S. This is Small Business Saturday. Go to a brick and mortar store. But you have an idea of what the prices are. It's getting harder and harder to justify publishing. It really is. There's a crush for advertising dollars. places like Barnes and Noble, Borders, those that still exist, they charge a premium for their shelf space. And if they think that there's going to be something that's going to move faster, make them more money, they're going to take the magazines off the shelves permanently. And they're going to replace it with other niche hobbies that make them more money. So really, do us all, and when I say all, I mean all of us collectors, do us all a favor. Support the doll magazines in their paper form. Buy them off the newsstands a couple of times a year. Subscribe to the ones you like the most. If they provide you with doll catalogs, take advantage of them. When you order, tell them it came from the catalog so they know that their printing costs are justified. Hopefully, Haute Doll will be the last casualty we'll have for a while, and we can continue to enjoy our collecting hobby through many mediums for many years to come. I'm Barbara. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Be grateful for the paper in your life, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye-bye.